Good morning to you. It is 5:45 in the morning. It is Wednesday, December 18th, about a week or so before Christmas. So, um, I gotta deal with what I got here. So again, I haven't gone shopping for a new PC or a new camera on my main computer. So I'm using the stuff that's available on the laptop that I use for my audio work in that studio behind me. Also, this is not exactly the most well lit office that I have in the world, so I got to do what I got to do with how it's going to look. And I also understand that in a morning like this, it's cold in this house today. Temperature's down about 35, I think, outside, and it's rainy. So I put on, the hoodie for warmth, and I do understand that wearing a hoodie is not the most flattering look in the world, even though it does say Lehigh University on the chest. But again, I got to do what I got to do with what I got available for me. This week was an interesting week for me because I think I'm still dealing with the issues of motivation. And I even brought this up to my trainer on Sunday and I told him too. I was like, listen, I'm not sure exactly what it is, but there's just something that I used to strive for that has now become absent. And I believe the thing was when I hit that 50-pound weight loss. Now, while I did want 50 pounds to be lost over the cycle of doing what I've been doing now for the last 6 or so months, um, it wasn't like the goal I was working for. It was one of those things where, as I was slowly doing 1 to 3 pounds per week, and succeeding every single week, I was getting, and I hit every milestone along the way that I did exalt myself for. Hey, here's 5, 10, 15, 20, whatever, 10%. You've got it. But then all of a sudden that 50 number came around, it was just such a round number. It was an achievable and oh my God type of goal, especially when I added the fact that I was about to turn 50. So 50 by 50 became a nice little mantra. It was a good little chant to strive for. And then I hit it and I celebrated and I said, whew, oh my God, I would never have believed I was able to do that. But then there was a Constantine moment that I got into. It was almost as if, I had no more worlds to conquer, and then that drive flowed out of me of what to do next. Now, even last week, I was like, hey, you know something? Keep it up with smaller goals. I'm in the 230s, go to the 220s, make that the next thing, and maybe I can do that by, Christmas, which looks like it might not be happening right now. So again, do it for the end of the year. Okay, doable stuff, but it hasn't ingrained in my heart that that is like the next great goal to go for yet. So I'm trying to maintain. I'm trying to make sure I'm still doing the positive things. I'm still taking the injection. I'm still going to see my trainer. I still take plenty of like water and my fluids, and I'm trying to eat more sensibly. And my drinking still is down to about, I think about a third is the number I've been using. But in the meantime, it's just not there as much as it was before. So, and that's something I just have to start doing and instilling in myself. So, I mean, I don't know if anybody else has hit that kind of a thing where they've been seeing that occur, but I've got to make sure it is still something that I'm going to be doing for me, and it's in the top of my thoughts in my head. So, I mean, I still have this. I'm still going to be doing this every single Wednesday. I'm still going to try to make sure I talk about it every Wednesday to make sure I'm accountable. And anybody who's listening or watching might be able to say, oh my God, he's he's doing something. Maybe I can throw him a bone of some kind of like encouragement, or give you your story saying like, oh yeah, I had the same thing happen to me. It's just temporary. You'll get past it. Pardon me. But, other than that, I'm really not seeing very many changes for the negative. So it's not like I've completely fallen off the wagon or anything like that. I only took that 1 week off, which, like I said, it was not something that I anticipated was going to be habitual, nor was it something that was going to be detrimental to me in even the short run, much less long run. But this week, I'm sitting at 235.5. So I'm still past the 50 pounds. I think from last week, it's only a half a pound difference. I think it was 236 last week. Now it's 235.5. So, I'm still fighting the good fight. I'm still trying to keep myself in a good mental space that I can go, day by day, week by week. But like I said, that driving motivational force has kind of ebbed away. So I'm doing everything I can to keep it up there. And one of the things that's trying to help me do that personally is I'm also still trying to keep up on like things to do around the house. I have my list of jobs I want to accomplish for my wife, the honey-do list that I created myself, to tell you the truth. I also have a list of things I need to look into, some before the end of the year, some just in general, but just like odds and ends to take care of. So I'm being as productive as I possibly can in my life, which does help things, go from step to step to step. So, um, I haven't lost all motivation. I think there was one person who commented early on in these Ozempic videos that's like, oh yeah, you stop wanting to eat, and then you stop wanting to do your hobbies, and you stop wanting to do everything. Still not the case. I'm still fixing things around the house or just improving it in some fashion. I'm still doing my own to-do list and things I want to take care of. I'm still recording my audio stuff on this channel, so nothing's stopped. I just have to, and I do understand that with all my hobbies, all my interests, all the things that I got to get around to, I do stretch myself a little thin because I'm juggling a lot at the same time in the same many hours of a week, on top of which holding a full-time job and keeping that separate from everything else. So, I'm doing a lot, but this aspect of what I'm doing isn't taking the front seat as much as it used to. And I have to maintain that I keep, even if it's not in the front seat, that I do keep the same effort that brought me to that first 50. Okay, so um I'm not trying to just make this a downer week for the message that I'm giving, but it is a reality. I understand it. And it's one of those things where, even with people who have addictions, you have to bring it to the forefront. You've got to address it. You've got to name the monster in the room in order to come at it from a different angle, with a different method, or with different methodologies of just, like I said, motivation, what have you. So I'm working on it. Okay. Um, and it is struggle. I do struggle with this. I do believe I'm still going to persevere. So that's what I have for this week. Short and sweet, less than 10 minutes. Let you get on the rest of your day. And again, if you're fighting the fight, I hope you're keeping fighting. If you need a little pick me up, reach out to me. I'm actually pretty decent for that. And if you got some good words for me, I'd appreciate that as well. All right. Thank you.